Bullseye on America. Tonight, the Baja 1000. I had an incredibly rare opportunity 2 weeks ago to jump into one of these souped-up mega horsepower super trucks or trophy trucks and race the famous Baja. I can tell you it was far more than I bargained for, and I wouldn't change a thing. Truly one of the world's ultimate adventures. We bring it to you tonight as part one of a three-part series. We're going to do this every night at this time for the rest of the week. Here's part one. Mind-bending. This car was the big dog. It is perhaps the most harrowing of off-road races, the Baja 1000. Drivers in 20 classes of vehicles, from motorcycles to so-called trophy trucks, leap off the start line in Ensenada, Mexico, hoping to creep through the finish, 1,016.3 miles south in La Paz. They stop only for fuel and parts as needed. It's a grueling test of human endurance, where only 60% of the 300 entrants make it to the end, and the numbers shouldn't be that high. Engine trouble, booby traps the size of VWs, littered throughout the race. Booby trap! And the course itself, beautiful, actually serene from the sky. Treacherous up close, chewing up and spitting out drivers by the dozen.
We're racing down the highway with school buses, tractor trailers hauling pigs.
It is the ultimate proving ground for amateurs and professionals alike, attracting some of the biggest names in pro racing. This year, NASCAR superstar Robbie Gordon Jr., racing alongside Formula One great Roberto Guerrero.
Whereas, being brought up in road racing and all that, and it's just something so completely different. It's such a challenge.
And the race has seen its share of celebrities as well. Steve McQueen raced it decades ago, as did James Garner. And this year, 79-year-old Hollywood legend Paul Newman was set up in a modified Porsche sponsored by Centrix Financial.
This is a different experience.
How so?
Every time you come over the rise, you see something different, and you got to make a different adjustment to it.
The race hasn't come close to the popularity of NASCAR, but that may all be changing, and corporations are taking note. Ford, Prudential, Tecate, Coca-Cola, and BF Goodrich all in on the game.
People understand competition. When we're there tackling it and winning against it and dominating against it, it becomes exponential to us in equity, in growth, and then that in turn helps with market share.
BF Goodrich says they spend millions on races like the Baja 1000, and it turns into hundreds of millions in profits. But the locals couldn't care less about tire sales. The day before the race, an unofficial national holiday brings tens of thousands of Mexicans to the start line. It's here where seemingly ordinary guys ascend to superstar status. The recognition doesn't come cheap.
Well, we have about $2 million worth of race cars, and it takes about $100,000 to $150,000 a month to support the race cars and the associated equipment.
Bobby Baldwin, the president and CEO of Mirage Resorts, and his son BJ represent one type of racer, those blessed with a bank account hefty enough to fund an even heftier racing habit. The other side consists of talented individuals who rely a bit more on corporate sponsorship.
Dollar-wise, you're going to spend $250,000, $300,000 on a truck. That's just your truck.
Well, the Baja 1000 is the gnarliest race in the world. The biggest part about Baja, it's an adventure of stupidity. Who can get to the bottom first? I mean, come on, let's race.
Listening to the guys who race the Baja 1000, you begin to understand why they show up.
Because you are so heavily concentrated, you forget everything. Everything in life is gone once that green flag comes down the start.
Tomorrow night, my turn to race. You'll see me get into this monster machine and see whether I crash and burn or make it to the checkered flag. And what a ride it was. And now that you know about the race, that truly just the beginning. Tomorrow, we're going to bring you the lunatics behind the wheel. I want to get you familiar with the team that we raced with, especially, as I mentioned, those crazy enough to let me drive in the car with them.
The best planning is useless. We're going to drop a grenade in it anyway.
We'll drop the grenade tomorrow on Bullseye on America, 6:30 Eastern, as it is every night. Baja 1000, Part 2, The Desert Assassins.